Check this out. Rappers will steal your job. It's all happening.
Static Selector.
Samuel L. Jackson was never a fan of the rapper-turned-actor Hollywood takeover. In 2002, he co-starred with Eve in XXX and didn't exactly heap praise on the MC, telling the Sacramento Bee to take people from the music world and give them the same kind of credibility and weight that you give me, Morgan Freeman, Lawrence Fishburne, Forrest Whitaker. That's like an aberration to me. You just can't do that. It's not my job to lend credibility to so-and-so rapper who's just coming into the business. Jesus! Cold-blooded. But Samuel L. Jackson wasn't the only one. Nia Long too. Nia Long told Pride magazine in 2009 that singers should sing and rappers should rap. Taye Diggs as well. He's copped to losing roles to hip-hop artists. Bow Wow. Bow Wow once brazenly stated that he hates watching rappers in movies. This one's wild. In 2010, Details magazine asked Anthony Mackie about rappers snatching movie roles. His response, "I don't go into the hospital and let the janitor perform surgery on me." Jesus. Part 2. But the golden era's big screen boom featuring Friday, House Party, Juice, Boys in the Hood, anything with Will Smith, LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, those ignited isolated fires of resentment throughout black actordom. Stories of thespians lashing out at rapper/actors littered the World Wide Web. As soon as Tinseltown realized the selling power of a rapper's mean mug in movies, the few black roles were no longer reserved for the few black actors. To Hollywood, a rapper with a platinum plaque was 2 times dope. Now, the irony of Nia Long and Anthony Mackie dropping issues is unavoidable. With Friday and 8 Mile respectively, both actors arguably received their first major look sharing the screen with a headlining rapper-turned-actor. And not only would Taye Diggs dial back his statements a few years later, but he also chided Nia Long for her comments. And Bow Wow, let's face it, he's much more actor than rapper, for whatever that means. Facilitator aside, this was a common position. Rappers flooded Hollywood, bringing their certified platinum audiences to every audition. Classically trained actors suddenly found themselves competing regularly for roles next to rappers and singers with much less experience. Samuel L. Jackson described it all to Angela Yee during the Shade 45 morning show. Roll the clip out.
Kids that go to acting school and drama school deserve a chance, and their chances are diminished because they bring people from another venue to get jobs and they're not proven.
Clearly there were exceptions. The Will Smiths, the Queen Latifahs, the Jamie Foxxes, they were never the targets of the frustrated. The gripes extended toward perceived exploiters undercutting a culture from the outside without earnestly contributing to it, and studios willing to cast rapper X strictly off broader name recognition. Now, whether that's awesome or awful, in this industry of cool, artistry lives secondary to bankability. A similar pattern arose this decade within the DJ community. Stories of porn stars, celebrities, reality TV stars, and you guessed it, rappers snatching high-profile, highly lucrative DJing gigs littered the World Wide Web as well. Sasha Grey stepped behind the turntables. Macy Gray too. Jersey Shore's Pauly D finished 8th in 2010's America's Best DJ poll, ahead of Mixmaster Mike of the Beastie Boys, Diplo, Grandmaster Flash, DJ Rob Swift of the Executioners, and 38 others. Snoop Dogg, Q-Tip, Questlove, Kweli can all be found spinning at popular night spots nationwide. Technology made it easy for everyone to be their own DJ hero. Like movie studios before them, party promoters realized the draw of a celebrity with Serato manning the 1s and 2s. Crazy techniques like blending and mixing and scratching and knowing how to read a crowd took a backseat to star power. I interviewed several DJs around this topic a few years back, but none stood out more than Chairman Mao's. I spoke with Chairman Mao about this during the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival in 2011. He's from Ego Trip, XXL. He's a certified DJ as well. Here's what he said. "I think all this phony DJ/model/actor/fill in the blank is a bunch of bullshit. There's no 2 ways about it. But the unfortunate part about it is the populace is not educated or informed enough or cares enough at all because of how technology interprets the music, so they can't even tell you who's a shitty DJ. The populace is not educated or informed or cares enough." Keep that in mind. But like Will Smith and Queen Latifah, Mos Def on the acting side, gripes are rarely extended towards DJs who just happen to be better known through other endeavors, like Idris Elba, for example, who was a DJ before he was an actor, like Reggie Noble, who DJ'd before the world knew him as Redman. But now technology had lowered the barriers to entry to the point that now the landscape is primed for celebrity takeover. We've seen the same thing happen with media. Websites disrupted journalism over a decade ago. Magazines couldn't keep up with the daily reporting. Social media has now rendered websites secondary at best. Video killed the blog star, and I'm pretty sure the video star gonna die at the hands of live streaming. But before we get there, DJ Academics, for example, is the most popular source for hip-hop news. His YouTube channel has 1.3 million subscribers and counting, and that's just one of them. It's not uncommon for him to drop 3 to 4 videos a day, each of which garnering well over 150,000 views each at least. He'll beat Complex News on his own with a fraction of the production budget. So much so, Complex enlisted him for Everyday Struggle, which is their most popular daily show on that network. Academics outperforms Complex while also starring on Complex. He's become a celebrity in his own right. Then there's Anthony Fantano's The Needle Drop. The internet's busiest music nerd reviews albums across all genres on his YouTube channel, which also has over 1 million subscribers. His hip-hop reviews in particular, regardless of how anticipated that project may be, regularly crack over 150,000 views at least as well, outpacing the typical number of page views you can expect from most music publications. Basically, there's Pitchfork, there's The Needle Drop, then there's everybody else. Fantano's become a celebrity in his own right as well. Then there's channels like Dead End Hip Hop, Blackie Speaks, Rap Critic, all of which are dropping hyper-engaging conversations as well on their own, away from the balance sheet or being leveraged by larger media institutions. If you're not checking those out, punch yourself in the face. But these are important to mention because these are examples of disruption that's already taken place in media, and that's not even mentioning the actual celebrities that have gotten in the game. Snoop Dogg is putting up some of the most engaging conversations on GGN, Nori on Drink Champs, Joe Budden on Everyday Struggle, and his own podcast, Be Real and Be Real TV. Celebrity culture has captured rap journalism. 2 weeks ago, the great Chuck Creekmur, founder of pioneering publication All Hip Hop, posted this to Facebook. With all the rappers becoming quote-unquote journalists and interviewers, maybe the writers need to start rapping. Our pen game is sick, B. I ain't mad at that. But keep this in mind. Chuck founded All Hip Hop in 1998, 20 years ago. So I wanted his insight as to how he sees the landscape and what he meant by that post. Here's what he told me. Roll the clip out.
I have mixed feelings about it. I feel like some of these quote-unquote celebrity journalists are really just shock jocks, and therefore they're screwing with journalism, and it's making journalism more and more ineffective in media, and it's forcing journalists to bottom feed, in a way that's kind of disturbing, in my opinion. A lot of these guys are natural entertainers, so it works. And then some cats are not good, you know what I mean? But they have a notoriety attached to their name, so it becomes a thing. But some of them are hard to digest, and I'm not specifying anyone. In hip hop, it's a little bit different. We have emotions towards this culture and music. We feel a certain way about the artists that we grew up liking, idolizing even at certain points. They come in and they take your job.
Rappers will steal your job. But Chuck also emphasized that media itself has to become savvier, more innovative, because the way we're consuming media is changing completely.
You have someone like DJ Academic editorializing around content, and I think that's perfectly okay. The media, the way we take in media is changing. It's morphing into something else, and it always has been. There are people out there that love Wendy Williams. There are people out there that hate Wendy Williams. But what you can't say is that things didn't change with Wendy Williams. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Charlamagne the God and others. It does present a problem to me. But again, it's a challenge. And I'm always there for it. We have people now that we work with that aren't like myself when I came in the game, you know, and that's just the way things are. I try not to spend too much time complaining about things.
The point is this: times change like nickels and quarters, and whichever way you spin it, journalist or interviewer or talking head is the newest way to expand your brand, and everyone's running to the fountain of quick cash. Everyone's trying to take advantage of it. We all rent songs now, for example, so artists need to do more to highlight their music, whether that's wilding out on social media or team up with the media outlet or both. No one's above a side hustle anymore, and rappers are landing all kinds of gigs because as a society, we're zonked out on celebrity culture. This was actually bigger than just rappers if you think about it. This one has a lot more to do with having a sizable audience, which is how rappers were able to snatch gigs from actors and DJs over the past 20 years. But what does this say about the importance of expertise anymore? Do you have to be good first in an environment like this? Let's say you just want to get into media and tell stories for a living and create art and break news. Will the future have a place for you if you don't show up with a sizable following? Can any of us really afford to be anonymous anymore? I don't have the answers to these questions.
Static selector.
Saturday, another TBD. Thank you guys for rocking with us each and every week. We appreciate it. Big shout out to Chuck Creekman. Thank you for speaking with me, sir. Also, big shout out to Problem and Rude Jude. We dropped a conversation about greatest rap cities this week on the channel. Make sure you check that out. It's a lively conversation. Here's what I like about this piece, because I thought about calling this piece whether journalists are the new black actors, but then I realized, no, that's not the case at all. Black actors can start a podcast right now, or they could go start DJing right now, and they'd have the advantage because they're also kind of celebrities, which is where we are as a culture. It's something I think about when I talk to young journalists, when I talk to young media members, and they ask me how they can get in a position where they can conduct interviews for a living. I think the most important thing we can all do is build a relationship with the people who care about the things we create the most, and make sure that we keep a dialogue with them so that we can start our own communities and be able to leverage that where we see fit going in the future. I had a good time making this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but let me know what you guys think in this conversation. Leave those in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow @TheCompanyMan on everything. It's all happening.
It's definitely like the inmates are running the asylum. I just think that the journalists need to step in and write some raps. You know what I'm saying? You know, put some bars together. I think that, you know, Rob Markman is a perfect example. You know, and now shit, if you could put your own, use your platform to step in on that. On that terrain, we could probably do something more substantial, quite frankly. You know, especially making the game for the better. Why not? One thing I will say though is some of these artists, you know what I'm saying, like they need to give back, right? We spent like our whole lives building most of them up. And I'm like, hey, why don't you start hiring some of these writers that help you stay buoyant through the rough periods in your career? Because a lot of us as hip-hop journalists and entrepreneurs made really strategic decisions when we put these artists in our publications that, hey man, this guy might not be as relevant as the next man, but we like him as a person, or we know him as a person, or we respect his music, or the movement, whatever you want to call it. I think now's the time that, you know, it's time for guys to give a little. You know, I know that might sound crazy, but, you know, this is a reciprocal world we live in. You know, once upon a time, a rapper would give you time and give you traffic, and then you were able to sell ads against that. But it was all rooted in love and opinion, and sometimes they weren't doing that, and it became less and less reciprocal. And people call you for favors, and they want solids, and they want things done without any give back. And I think that, you know, we have to look out for each other a little bit more.